Hello, everyone from Chelsea Fan TV. I hope we're all doing very well. Welcome back. I am back home. I've come back from Poland. Landed 2 hours ago. Got a lift home, and I've been ready to do this stream. So usually it's 10 o'clock, as we all know, but a little bit later because obviously I just got back. But better late than never, as always. So we're going to be running through all the latest Chelsea news, guys. It's a late show. Big up to everyone that's watching. I understand for some of you it is a little bit too late. But that's fair enough. It's understandable. Some of you might want to stay up a little bit longer because there are more details that have unfolded regarding the striker situation, the Liam Delap situation. And we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about that. We've got to talk about the Conference League as well, obviously. I mean, my God. What an experience. What a trip. What a pleasure. I've nothing but good things to say about Poland. Honestly, my experience in terms of the Polish culture, everything about that part of the world, like nobody really knows what to expect when you think about Poland. I don't think it's one of those countries that, if we're being totally honest, jumps out at you. When you say Italy or Spain, everybody talks about those countries. But nobody really talks about Poland. And I think after this trip, more people will be happy to start speaking about Poland and just giving them a bit of credit because it's a nice society. It's a nice place. The Polish beers are different. They're nice beers. They've got good food, lovely people. They've got clean streets as well. And yeah, it's just great. So big up to Poland. Honestly, a massive shout out to Poland. Big up to Sydney as well. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you, Woodshedder. Well done, Corva. I bet you learned what that means. Oh, my friend, I already knew what that meant before I went to Poland. Big up to Jordan. Good to see you. Big up to Full-Time Whistle. Barbara T, thank you very much. Good to see you, Yusuf. My trip was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you for the kind message, Saeed. That's very nice. Good to see you, Jordan from Canada. Dead in the water. Always a pleasure, mate. Alex says Liam Delap or Lay. We need to get. Are we getting a chant going before we've even signed the guy? Delap is an easy name to make a chant for as well. We won't struggle with that. The game was great. It's brilliant. Honestly, it was fantastic, mate. Loved it. We'll talk about it in more detail as well as we go. A couple of things to go through. Big up to Showman. Good to see Jacko in here. Finally, a striker. We are on 18 likes as it stands. We've got over 100 people. We've only got 18 likes. Come on, people. Straight in from Poland. Rachel saying, Alex, are you getting into bed for a cuddle? I went, no, I've got a stream. There is streaming to be done. Apologies to Rachel, because she will be asleep by the time I finish the stream. Let's get up to 50. Let's get up to 50, guys. 50 likes on the live stream. What are we on as it stands? We're on 38. So we need 12 more to get up to 50. That's a good effort, guys. That's a good effort. I will give you that. We've had a lot worse before. So let's get 12 more in there, people. And then we're going to dive straight into all of it. We'll be talking about Liam Delap. What's good, what's not. Also, we haven't even spoken about the fact that this news wasn't even leaked by a journalist. This news about Liam Delap and the interest regarding Liam Delap was linked by none other than our own owner in Poland. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, there is a man called Ruben. And I have no idea what his Twitter is, because I would like to find it. Let's see if I can find it. Anyway, Egbarley was hanging out in Poland, and this guy Ruben, who I know at Chelsea, basically got a picture with him. And not only did he post the picture, but he said below that, you know, he had a little chat with Egbarley about a striker, and the striker that Egbarley mentioned was Liam Delap. So this is not the first time that we're hearing about this when we hear from Fabrizio or whoever else it is that might mention this. We already knew this previously via none other than our own owner. And by the way, the fact that he was actually hanging out with Chelsea fans in Poland, I found that a bit weird, to be honest with you, because obviously everybody's seen our interactions with Egbarley. But fair play, you know, hanging out with the fans. I think the fact that, and this is what a lot of people said, the fact that he, you know, we knew we had Champions League football and all the rest of it. I think he feels a lot more comfortable now being around the fans, knowing the situation in that sense that we've already qualified, etc. Whereas, you know, Newcastle, after I saw him, he wasn't particularly interested in having a chat. So I think he feels a lot more relaxed, not just in terms of the financial side either, but also his ego. You know, it must be a little bit embarrassing walking past Chelsea fans constantly being berated for how crap you are and how unambitious you are. So I guess that's just part of it. It's a bit of a confidence boost, not just for the players, but also for our owners as well. Because I don't think you'd see that from Egbarley. I don't think you see him interacting with fans if, yeah, I just don't think you see it, to be honest with you. Yeah, if we hadn't have qualified, no chance, absolutely no chance. Am I being silly here? I'm sure there was. I can't find it anywhere. I wanted to share a picture, but I can't find it. Thing is, there's been so much stuff that's come out recently. Oh, maybe I'm getting close. Am I? No, I'm not. Sorry, guys. I wanted to get a picture to show you. I haven't got a clue why I can't find it. Everybody knows which picture I'm talking about. Surely you know what I'm on about. Anyway, let's get straight into it, guys. I wanted to share a picture with you, but I honestly can't find it, and that's unusual. Usually I can find these things, but yeah, let's go through it. Let's talk about it. You know, if you go back on YouTube as well, you look 8 hours ago, you'll see videos about Liam Delap. Things have come out since then. So, you know, we have plenty of updates regarding that side. I guess it depends who you want to listen to, who you're interested in listening to. And I guess if you scroll a little bit further down, you go a couple of hours back, Delap was still heavily linked with us. You know, this is something that's been going on for about 10, 12 hours, however long it is. And David Ornstein was the first one who said Liam Delap suitors are being informed he is not joining them amid a preference to sign for Chelsea. Then you had David Ornstein also coming out saying sources at teams including Manchester United, Newcastle United, Everton, Nottingham Forest, AC Milan and Juventus, speaking on the condition of anonymity to protect relationships, say they are now aware Delap is heading elsewhere. And our name wasn't mentioned, which means we are elsewhere. Subject to agreement on personal terms and requirements of Delap's £30 million release clause being met, Delap will move to Chelsea. And this is an Ornstein bomb. So there you go. Proof's in the pudding there, guys. Listen, you don't have to be happy about it, but that's the reality. I've always been a fan of Delap, so I'm not one to complain about this transfer. What I am going to be one to complain about is, if this transfer is the only transfer that we do in this position, that is a real disappointment if we do that. But I don't know if it will be. I mean, I'm hearing that we're still interested in other strikers. Other names are coming up. Ekatike is one that I've heard. The thing is, obviously, when I'm traveling in Poland, guys, and I'm watching the games, it's a bit different than when I'm at home because I'm not really checking the timeline. I'm not really keeping up to date with it all. So we went through all of the news regarding the problems with the police in Poland, and I was there for a decent part of it when the Betis fans got hit because I was on the side of the Betis fans, not because I was hanging out with them, because I'd gone for a pizza and I was trying to find the Chelsea fans. So I walked over and I saw the riot police were in the middle of us, and by that point, that's when they charged us. It was just weird timing. So I mean, in a lot of sense, with the news that's been going on over the past couple of days, I'd love to sit here and say that I've known about this in advance as quickly as I could, but I'm finding out a lot of this stuff just as quickly as you are. So that's what David Ornstein said regarding Liam Delap. Fabrizio Romano then come out and said Chelsea are prepared to seal Liam Delap deal soon after positive talks with the striker again this week. Delap gives his preference to the Chelsea project. So out of all the opportunities that other clubs wanted to go and offer, Delap was more keen on us than Newcastle, United, Italian teams, German teams as well. Everton. Man United is the best one as well because I know he was their number one target. So that feels good. That feels good in that sense. Because I honestly think Delap would have really suited Amorim. And I said this before on past streams. It wouldn't have surprised me if he would have still picked Man United just because he would have known that he would have guaranteed game time. And I think even still, they'd probably match the wages that we can offer. They'd offer him 150k. I don't know what Chelsea are offering. It's a mad one, to be honest with you. But we've spoken about Delap so many times, and the argument is that Delap is not of a level to win us a Premier League. I mean, I'm in agreement with that. Totally agree. He's not going to win us a Premier League, but he is going to help cement us as a Champions League side. And that's the reality with this signing. If you want an extra 15 goals, because Jackson's clearly not going to get us to 30. He's not going to get 30 GA for us. So if you want an extra 15 goals, that's when Delap steps in. Because if he can score whatever it is, 13 for Ipswich, you telling me he can't get at least 15 for Chelsea? I mean, by that logic, you would say that he should be getting 20 plus, but obviously we're not gonna overhype it too much. Ultimately, it's a good transfer at a very, very reasonable price, and the wages will make sense as well. Otherwise, Clear Lake wouldn't get involved. We know that Clear Lake, they're very keen on keeping the wage structures the way that they like it to be. So yeah, that's according to Fabrizio Romano there. More updates came out throughout the day as well. We had later on, Chelsea are closing in on Liam Delap deal as details of the long-term contract are being completed with his agent. So this was trickling along. It's not like a couple of days. You have a bit here, a bit there, a bit. This is moving fast. We won that Conference League and Delap said, yep, Chelsea it is. No messing around. He didn't just want to see if we were capable of becoming a Champions League side. He wanted to see if we were capable of winning a trophy, bringing some genuine silverware. And I know people take the mickey out of us for it, but Conference League is, do you know what? If you were there, honestly, magical experience, that Conference League final. And the atmosphere was just, And that will do our players the world of good. It really, really will. So we've already spoken about David Ornstein. We've seen what Fabrizio had to say. And then Ben Jacobs come in as well. Later down the line, he said, parties are in advanced talks to finalise personal terms for Liam Delap, which are thought to be a formality. If all goes to plan, Chelsea will trigger Delap's £30 million clause. And again, no reason why he wouldn't pass. I don't see why we would have any issues there. So doesn't seem like, I think we'd be absolutely fine in that sense. We've had updates as well via The Guardian coming out and having a couple of things to say. Jacob Steinberg wrote an article with The Guardian. We had the Daily Mail coming out as well. And it's interesting as well, in this article, it talks about, obviously, the fact that we're buying Delap from Ipswich. Ipswich have an interest. They've signalled a desire to take Mark Guiu on loan during their talks with Chelsea for Delap. So going through this particular article, it says Chelsea set to sign Liam Delap after activating the striker's £30 million release clause. It says they're ready to back Maresca this summer. Delap is 22 years old. Apparently, he favours a move to West London. So after a lot of discussion, a lot of debate, this one seems to be settled. But this is what Jacob Steinberg had to say. Chelsea is set to sign Liam Delap after activating the Ipswich striker's £30 million release clause and are plotting further key additions as they seek to mould a winning dynasty and help Enzo Maresca's young side build on qualifying for the Champions League and their triumph in the Conference League. Maresca wants to use his team's 4-1 victory over Real Betis in the Conference League final as a springboard for future success, enjoys the backing of the club's hierarchy after a successful first year in charge, and will not face demands to win the Premier League next season. Chelsea's owners, Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital, feel they are on the right track after securing their first piece of silverware since their takeover in 2022. Their strategy of targeting the best young talent in the world is starting to bear fruit, and there is no desire to put undue pressure on Maresca or his maturing squad. Chelsea have given their squad 10 days off before focus switches to participating in the expanded Club World Cup next month. We'll try to be clinical in the transfer market this summer. Signing at least one new forward is the priority, and the club have a provisional agreement with Delap, who has also been targeted by Everton, United and Newcastle. The 22-year-old favours a move to Chelsea after hearing their pitch. Delap wants to play in Europe, and he already knows Maresca from his time in Man City's academy. Ipswich have signalled a desire to take Mark Guiu on loan during their talks with Chelsea, but the 19-year-old forward is yet to be convinced. It remains to be seen if the club restricts themselves to signing one forward. Bringing in two would raise questions over the future of Nicholas Jackson, who scored his side's second goal against Betis. Chelsea are also monitoring Hugo Ekitike, but feel like Frankfurt's £84 million valuation is too steep. There is also admiration for RB Leipzig's Benjamin Sesko, who is on Arsenal's radar, but he is much more expensive than Delap. Chelsea have held talks with their partner club Strasbourg over a pre-agreement for the Dutch striker Emmanuel Emega to join in 2026. That would be for next season. Chelsea's budget has been boosted by their qualification for the Champions League for the first time under Boehly and Clearlake. The private equity fund run by Begdad Igbali and Jose Feliciano, there is recognition that Maresca's system thrives on width. Chelsea are seeking to add a right-footed left winger to their squad. There are indications they will opt against taking up their £25 million option to turn Jadon Sancho's loan from Manchester United into a permanent deal. Chelsea will have to pay a £5 million penalty clause if Sancho, who came off the bench to score against Betis, is sent back to Old Trafford. Maresca likes the former Dortmund winger, but must consider whether the 25-year-old has been consistent enough. Chelsea have tracked Dortmund's Jamie Gittens as well, and are monitoring developments around Bilbao's Nico Williams. It is felt that Williams, who is wanted by Arsenal and Real Madrid, could be too expensive. Madrid could move for the winger if they sell Rodrigo, who has interest from Man City. There is also a possibility of Chelsea bolstering their defence. Ajax's Yorel Hato, who can operate as a left-back or in the middle, is on their shortlist. A consideration for Maresca is Wesley Fofana's unreliable fitness record. While there is a possibility of Chelsea raising funds by selling Badiashile, Chalobah and Axel Disasi, it is unclear if they will sign a new goalkeeper or keep faith with Robert Sanchez and Philip Jorgensen. Chelsea have the youngest squad in the history of the Premier League and have already concluded deals for several promising stars to join. The Portuguese Dario Sugo, who's 20, will add cover in midfield. The Brazilian William Estevao and obviously Kendry Pires as well from Ecuador are two of the best attacking talents in South America and are moving to England this summer, although I think we probably agree that Pires will go to Strasbourg and Estevao will most likely stay at Chelsea based on what we've heard. They will both need time to adapt. A deal has been agreed for the Sporting Lisbon winger as well, Giovanni Quenda, who's currently 17, to join Chelsea in 2026. Andre Santos is a 20-year-old Brazilian midfielder. He was returning from a productive loan spell at Strasbourg. The influx of young talent explains why Chelsea are not getting carried away after finishing this season in fourth. They will be patient with Maresca, who has battled to convince supporters of his worth since replacing Maurizio Pochettino last summer. The aim for next season is to go far in the Champions League, challenge for the domestic cups, and push on in the league. The sense is that Chelsea are 2 years away from being ready to win the title. Delap has been included in England's under-21 squad for the European Championship, but could pull out of the tournament because Chelsea's involvement in the Club World Cup. It will be up to the club and the player to decide on the best course of action. Thomas Tuchel, England's head coach, stressed the importance of representing the under-21s last week. So that was the article from Jacob Steinberg, and it's a good article, actually. There's a lot of information in there. I thought it was just going to be on Delap, maybe touching on Mark Guillou as well, but no, there's actually some good information in there. So yeah, fair enough. Big up to Zanio as well. Thanks for the super chat, mate. He says we're signing 2 strikers. Everyone chill out. I don't think people are really that stressed yet. I think the stress happens closer to deadline day. I mean, the fact that we've got 1 striker before the Club World Cup is probably better than a lot of clubs would do, because knowing Chelsea, especially last summer, we left it till the end to get Osman, and then we were left without a striker. I mean, Mark Guillou doesn't really count. I mean, we're talking about ready-made strikers ready to come in. And Delap's not ready-made either, if we're being totally honest. But what he is experienced in the league, and he's proven himself. At Ipswich over the course of last season in the Championship, he performed very well, and he's continued that form in the Premier League. To score as many goals as he has in a team that struggled so much, I think is impressive. But the main thing about Delap isn't just the goals. Otherwise, I mean, there's plenty of people that could match Delap's numbers. It's the way he plays, and it's his box presence. It's the fact that he is totally different to Nicholas Jackson. That's what I like. Because you bring on Delap from the bench when you've got Jackson, you are not getting a similar style of play. You're getting something totally different. And I think that that's going to be positive for us. I think that's going to be positive for Neto, whipping in a lot of crosses. Delap is a player who has been compared to Diego Costa in terms of his playing style. I would agree with it, to be honest with you. I'm not saying he's as good as Costa. People seem to get offended when we say that comparison. Just like people get offended when we compare Caicedo to Kante. Doesn't mean he's better than Kante, but it's a testament to, I mean, Caicedo and Kante, actually, no, that's not a good comparison, because Caicedo's actually not that far away. He's played really well. But the point is the style is similar, isn't it? The way he tries to play. And that's what people like. So, That's one of the reasons I'm quite intrigued by this sign. But yeah, thanks, Danny. I appreciate the super chat, mate. Big up to you. I don't even know what currency that is. ZAR. What currency is that? Here we go. Is that brand new? Is that another one? Not yet. Fabrizio did have an update on Nkunku, though. He said no doubts on Nkunku leaving Chelsea this summer as it's part of both sides' plan. So, yeah, Fabrizio clearing that. But I haven't seen a here we go, so I'm not sure where you've got that one from, Jordan. Seems like it's about to go, so we can basically go along that line. Unless Delap's got a serious medical issue that we need to know about, this is a deal that's happening. Ah, South African rand. Okay. I just think to myself, I can't think of a currency which is ZAR. I couldn't think of it. I thought it was Polish at first, but it's definitely not Polish. The conversions are great in Poland. Honestly, I can't believe how cheap everything is out there. It's brilliant. I couldn't recommend Poland enough, guys. Right. Let's get cracking, shall we? There's more to get through. We've got about 200 of you in the building, just over 200. How many likes have we got? Come on then. 87 likes. Let's get up to 130 likes. Come on, people. 130 likes is a new target. We've got 230 of you here. That means still 100 of you that won't do it. But that's fine. Slow and steady wins the race. This is like Maresca ball, except with likes. Slow and steady, one pass at a time. Might take you 45 minutes to get into it. Started the wrong right back, started the wrong centre back. But you can bring on your captain. You've got that option. And you can bring on Levi Colwell and Sancho. And then everyone's happy. There you go. So slow and steady wins the race. Thank you, Harry. Appreciate that. Here we go as hours ago. Did I already go through that one? Or am I being silly? I must have done it. But he didn't say here we go. Oh, he did. Sorry. My bad. My bad. Yeah, fair enough. All right, I was wrong. He did do the here we go. Agreement in place as a £30 million release clause will be triggered. Manchester City will not use the buyback clause, and Delap has already accepted Chelsea project. Long-term deal, Maresca's impact plus UEFA Champions League football key. Delap will join Chelsea Football Club. There you go. So yeah, it is official. I actually didn't see the here we go originally, so I missed something there. Now a lot of talk about Delap. Obviously, there are other players on the radar as well that have been spoken about. This is interesting. The Mail Sport have said Chelsea have held discussions over the release clause with Ipswich Town and also discussed the possibility of the forward going to Portman Road on loan in a separate deal. Okay, that's about Mark Guiu. Ignore that. That is not relevant. Yeah, we've already spoken about that. So yeah, that's about Mark Guiu, guys. So I personally think a loan to Ipswich wouldn't be a bad thing for Mark Guiu. He needs minutes. He needs minutes in England. And we know in the Championship, it's actually not an easy league. It's quite a physical league at times. And I think it would be a great experience for him. But that being said, if you've got Premier League options as well, that you know you can get game time, hard to not say yes to that. So maybe Leeds, other teams as well could go in for Mark Guiu. I'm not sure. A Delap transfer does not affect a potential move for Hugo Ekitike. Chelsea are still pushing for Hugo Ekitike. So this is when we look at Delap, we look at it and we say, okay, he's a young player, he's an English player, he's what else? He's got similar characteristics to Costa in terms of the way he likes to try and play. He's pretty, his conversion has been pretty good for the team he's playing for. He offers you something different. He's affordable as well, and fits the bill financially. Ekitike, I'm not really seeing how that fits the bill. This is a player that is going to cost almost triple what Liam Delap costs, and you're telling me that that's smart business. I mean, it just doesn't really make any sense to me. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Interesting points from Connor. For those of you who don't know, he does some stuff on Twitter as well. Interesting points. I'd love to know if you agree or disagree with any of them. This is his thoughts on Liam Delap. Firstly, the reason I'm so big on Delap is due to his behavioral traits, his mentality and belief in himself. He's a proper fighter and scrapper. Secondly, his ability to initiate contact is excellent. He isn't evasive around the box or when he's on the end of direct passes. Delap constantly looks to shift his weight onto opposition players, putting them off balance and being a nuisance. Fundamentals. Delap's striker mechanics are brilliant across the board. Ball striking is top, box movement is varied and has the ability to create half a yard. Delap has shown how effective he can be as a one-man band outball, which is a huge plus for playing over the press, an option that is always needed. The biggest concern that Connor has is his ability to create for others around the box. His agility in tight spaces is good, but the final ball can lack quality at times. Now, I mean, I remember when Delap was playing against us, I mean, he bullied us. He bullied Tossin, he bullied Badiashile, he bullied all of them. This is a guy who is a nuisance. But again, it comes back to consistency and, can Delap improve his numbers significantly from what it was at Ipswich? Now, I think he can get 15. And for a striker that costs 30 million, I mean, that's similar to Jackson. That's roughly what Jackson got. I don't even think Jackson's hit 15 yet this season. Not in the Prem. So, two strikers that call you 15 each, it's a clear progression because Mark Guiu is not getting 15. He's not getting 15 goals, is he? In terms of Jadon Sancho as well, Chelsea, according to Sky, are also in talks with Jadon Sancho's representatives regarding new contract terms. Now, for me, this is a deal that if it makes sense financially, I don't have a big issue with it. I'm not particularly bothered, to be honest with you. I'm really not that interested. If he stays, great. If he leaves, no problem. That's how I feel about Sancho. I don't have an issue with him. I don't hate him. I don't love him. I don't really have too much to say about him. Yeah. It's also come out via another source. I'm trying to think if that's an Italian source. Was it a Greek source? I ain't got a clue. When you try and guess where people are from based on their name, I would never. Sacha Tavolieri. There you go. Got there in the end. Chelsea Football Club are not expected to stop talks with João Pedro and Hugo Ekitike after the Liam Delap signature. João Pedro is just one that I don't get. I don't get that one. if it was between him and Delap and you picked him, I would have been like, it's just strange business because Brighton want 50 mil at least because they paid about 35 for him, didn't they? He's like one of their most expensive players. And yeah, the guy's not even done that much this season. He scored what, 10 goals in the league? 5 of them are penalties. And from what I hear, it's one of those things where if he's good, he's good, and if he's not, he's rubbish. And I don't see that as a player that we need. With Ekatike, this is a player who obviously has a lot of potential. I'm sure they both have potential, but Ekatike's numbers are definitely better this year. But he's never really established himself before that. So this is a guy that could very easily just be a one-season wonder. And then we're sitting there wondering, why the hell did we spend £84 million on a player who only played well for one season? Are you kidding me? And you're not going to spend 60 million on Victor Gyökeres. I mean, how does that make any sense? Victor Gyökeres is a player nobody's talking about. He's cheap. His goal record is sensational. It's world class. And he's done it over a number of seasons. And he's experienced in the Champions League and he's young enough to fit into our squad. I don't understand. Why are you not interested in Gyökeres? Why? I know we offered about 80 million for him in January last year, if I'm not wrong. And that was a great offer, by the way. We didn't even know who the guy was at that point. That would have been sensational. But you can get him for 20 million less now. What's the problem here? What's the issue? Everything's about making money. You could sign Gyökeres and still flip him for a profit because he's a world-class striker. 60 mil, and you're telling me you couldn't sell him for, how old is he? 26? Victor Gyökeres at the moment? Let's just say you kept a hold of him for 4 years and he was on a 6-year contract and you sold him when he was 30. I guarantee if he's a world-class striker, you can probably get 50 million for him as a 30-year-old if he's still performing at that sort of level. Because Robert Lewandowski went for a lot of money when he went to Barcelona and he was in his 30s. So it's happened before, but I appreciate it's difficult to tell. But that's no reason to sign a player. But I'm just trying to look at it from the perspective of Clearlake. Everything that they do is with the finances in mind. Big up to everyone watching. Appreciate everyone joining in so late. This is not the usual. I do not usually do late night streams like this, but I just got home from Poland, so it's always better to do something rather than nothing. So I thought I'd jump on. So smash that like button if you haven't already. We've got over 200 of you. We've got 125 likes. Let's close the gap on 200. Let's work our way to 170. 150 first and then 170. And then we'll go from there. But I appreciate everyone watching, especially if you tuned in at the beginning. No, it's been good. It's been really, really good. But yeah, I'm not behind the signing of João Pedro, and I'm apprehensive about the money involved with Hugo Ekatike. So when I look at those two players, that doesn't jump out at me. And I look at Gyökeres and I think, hello, this isn't Osman who's asking for 400 grand a week. This is Victor Gyökeres, who's actually got better stats and he's cheaper. Fucking hell, what are we doing here? Why are we even having this conversation to snap him up already? So, when I look at it in that sense, there is plenty to look at, but we'll have to wait and see. We've got to remember, we've got Champions League money as well, guys. We've got no excuse not to spend this money. If we didn't get in the Champions League, the excuses could come out, and you'd probably appreciate the signing of Delap because of the circumstance. And you go, well, maybe the other tight strikers didn't want us. We have everything in our favor. You're telling me we're still not going to make that an option? Does that make sense to you? It's like this, right? I'm speaking to the lads right now. So if you're a lad, you go out, okay? You want to look good. You want to pick up a girl on the dance floor. You are not going to go out if you're trying to get, you know, a little bit of success on a night out. Let's just put it like that. You're not going to not put on deodorant. You're going to put on deodorant. You're going to have perfume. You're going to wear your nice shirt. You might have a watch on. Do your hair, a bit of gel. These are all the things that not everybody has, and some people do have, and maybe they have a bit of a, I don't want to say advantage, but, you know, looks a bit better to some people. And Chelsea have all these things. They've got the cup. They've got the Champions League. They've got the clear progression. They've got the unity at the moment. They've got so many things in their favour. We are going out and we are fully kitted to equip ourselves with everything that a player needs. We have a history as a club. We've had recent success. We've had clear progressions. We have a passionate fan base. We play in a quality league. We live in London, which is attractive to a lot of people. There's so many. We pay better wages because of Champions League. We're able to offer 20% more than we were this season. So when I look at the situation Chelsea are in, I'm not seeing any excuses. You cannot make excuses. By the way, I see this this comment here. Owners is stupid because cut the players' money price. I wouldn't say that they're stupid for that. I wouldn't say that. I'd actually say they've been quite intelligent because we've still managed to get Champions League football with that. Is it risky? Yes. But you've got to remember, Todd Bowley said this as well. This is not a spend to them. This is an investment. That is what it is. So when they're putting the money in, they want to know what they're going to get back out. What you get out of your careers is instant results, instantaneous results over a number of seasons. I don't know why we don't ride on that. Yeah, that's a frustration for me, but I wouldn't say the owners have been stupid. I'd say they've been intelligent, but intelligent not necessarily in the way we want them to be, which is signing the best of the best. We're going for that bracket below and still trying to perceive that we are striving to be the best, just neglecting the short-term issues. Everything's been about long-term, but there are some things long-term that ultimately have improved. We've got Esteval, Kendry Pires, Asugo's another example, Andre Santos. Signed all of these guys before this window. We signed Asuko and Quenda in January. We signed Santos before that. We signed Pires a long time ago, over a year ago. You know, so, and now we're going to reap the benefits of some of those players. So some of it's great, but if you can gel that with instantaneous or ready-made players, that's a better word, then yeah, that's a great recipe. But we're very one-dimensional in that sense. We're very one-dimensional, and you know, we're not willing to change our approach when it comes to transfers. We've made that crystal clear, and that's what they want to do. So you can criticize that, you might not criticize that. That's, you know, it's yeah, that's up to you, isn't it? But yeah, so that is the situation at the moment regarding Delap. I don't really know if there's too much more to say. We've obviously spoken about Jadon Sancho as well. We're in talks with his representatives. Ipswich have asked about Mark Guiu. Fabrizio Romano also said Chelsea love Jamie Gittins from Dortmund. He is one of the players on the list. Not the only one, so for sure he's one of the players they are considering. Ekatike is just talk at the moment. Oh, this is an interesting one. Have you seen this one? This one's fascinating. Bloody hell. Spurs have inquired about Christopher Nkunku. And the most concrete Premier League suitor currently, if Nkunku goes to Spurs, he is going to be properly hated. Not that people like him at the moment, because he's not very popular, is he? But I could actually see that happening as well, because they have Champions League, and they need players that can play. He's a good player. So that's a very interesting. I did not think about Spurs coming into the equation, but obviously they've got Champions League football now, don't they? So that is, yeah, that's one of the reasons that's mad. Things are going to heat up, guys. Things are going to heat up. Roman is going to mud these owners in that book. The owners are looking lucky they got good PR now that they qualified and won a trophy this season. I'm really looking forward to reading that book. I will be buying that book and I will be reviewing that book. I'm not a big reader, but I need to read that. That is absolutely. Oh, another tweet. Let's have a look. Come on then. What's the new one? Chelsea are in active talks with Jadon Sancho's agents to understand salary requests as a crucial point ahead of the final decision on the player's future. Chelsea won't match Sancho's current salary at Manchester United. Talks to follow and decision to be made in a few days. Let me know in the chat, would you like to keep Jadon Sancho at Chelsea for, what is it, 25 million? Or would you spend 5 million to send him back? Let me know in the chat right now. I want to see. Just put keep or get rid. Keep if you want him to stay. Get rid if you want him to go back to Manchester United. Let me know in the chat. Keep him. Keep. Keep. There. Keep again. Everybody's saying keep. Fair. No. Okay. We've had one. We've had one. Everybody else says keep. Well, big up to all of you. I agree. Keep at the right price. It's like Delap. If he was 60 million, we would have never bought him. But it's a good deal for us. Tossing. It's a good deal. Sometimes you got to go for those opportunistic signings. And there's nothing wrong with opportunistic signings either. But when that's all you do, that's when there seems to be more of a problem, in my eyes, at least. Now, I would love to just take you through a little bit of yesterday as well. When I was in Poland. Was it yesterday? Well, my trip. So we've got a bit of the vlog. I'd love to share some of it with you. I know some of you have watched it. By the way, we've got over 30k views on the vlog, so big up to you for that. But the experience in Poland was just incredible. I mean, the fans, the Spanish fans. Have a look at the Spanish fans. Big up to Royal Bears, honestly. They were great fun. I know people thought that there was a big beef in Poland, but no, they were very nice Bears fans. They were very nice. And when we went out for a pizza, right? We went out for a pizza, and Look what happened when I was trying to eat my pizza in peace. Oh, fuck's sake. Just trying to enjoy my pizza. Oh, cracking. They were everywhere, by the way. The Spaniards,
They are good fans, I'll give them.
we were totally totally outnumbered. Way more Spanish fans than there were English fans. And then there was a little bit of beef. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. This is when, you know, you would have seen these videos. The Chelsea fans are on the other. I was with the Betis fans because I just had my pizza. I wanted to join the Chelsea fans and I was being driven away.
Where the hell is he?
I lost my brother as well.
They're getting the bloody water cannons out.
My dad was going, run, Alex, run.
Hey, don't fuck about. Okay, get out of it. Okay.
Fucking mad. If you get hit by that, you are in trouble. Trust me, you don't want to get hit. And the police presence out there was massive. Honestly, it was humongous. There was thousands of police.
I don't fuck about.
Mate, look at the Chelsea fans in the middle as well. That was before it kicked off in the Chelsea section, and it went off there as well. Because they threw bottles at the police. Look how many reinforcements come in. I don't know if you want to count that, but that is a lot. Oh, mate. So that was there, and then we went in the stadium, and the atmosphere was just sick, just cracking. Honestly, it was so good. I loved it. This was cracking. I'm not going to lie. What a pyro as well. That's cracking, isn't it? Like, their fans were so good. Got to give a lot of credit to the Spaniards. But we turned up as well, especially in that second half. See if I can. What are we looking for here? We're looking for. I know what you will want. This was Fernandez's goal. Do you know who that was? Honestly, do you know who this is? That's Aggie. Now, if you've watched this channel for a while, Aggie is an OG. Where is it? This is 2 years ago when we lost 4-0 against Man City. This is how I met Aggie. Honestly, this guy, he loves it. He is proper Chelsea.
Against Man City, twice in a row in the same week.
Where's Boyle to see that? Did Boyle see that? Where's the standards now, man? Where is the standards gone now? We just want to put a fight. 20 years, Roman built a team, and Boyle is ruining us. And Potter is looking clueless. He don't know what to do, man. No one's happy. If you're happy with that, I don't know what to say.
But surely you got to put some blame on the players as well. I know that Potter's come in and Bowley's come in, but
Chelsea.
It's an OG run.
Tuchel got us in this mess.
respect. There you go. Listen, we got 2 Champions Leagues.
Anyway, so that's Aggie. I mean, what a reunion. Can you believe it? In the cup final, I sat right next to him. So there you go. Anyway, so we got that goal. And then we scored. Bloody hell. Yeah, we scored not long after. Where's the other goal?
Goal, shoot! Woo! Much better.
There's Jackson's. Oh, I was going to cry. Oh, God. That was a good goal. Atmosphere was cracking after that as well. Nicolas Jackson. Banging. There's another one in there. How you doing? Oh, yeah. What a goal. Then we scored another one. Oh, I've gone too far. Beautiful, wasn't it? Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I mean, that one-on-one for Jackson, I agree. He should have done a lot better there. Thank you very much, Kems. That's a very kind message. Thank you. That's very nice of you. I do appreciate messages like that. I try my best. So I do try. Let me know what you prefer. What do you like that we're doing? Always interested to know what people enjoy. But thanks so much, Kems. That's very kind, mate. But yeah, I mean, winning the Conference League, it's a big feeling, guys. It's a good feeling. And I don't think you should take credit away from the boys. Honestly, it's a young team. And they did it, didn't they? They went out and they did it. They deserve so much credit. So listen, big up to Enzo Maresca as well. Those of you who haven't watched my fan cam after, I'm going to wrap up the stream in a second anyway. So smash the like button if you haven't already. Let's get close. Let's get as close to 175 likes as we can. If not 200. But yeah, I think Maresca deserves a little bit of credit as well. You're saying Maresca out, but I mean, how can you say Maresca out when we've won a Conference League and we did the bare minimum, which was getting top 4? We can talk about the style and some of the decisions. I agree, but even I'm not Maresca out after that. I'm not Maresca, I love you. I'm not Maresca in, but I'm Maresca fair play. Fair fucking play. Like, what else do you want? We won convincingly. And we got in the top 4 by winning our game, irrespective of what Villa and all these other teams did. So, yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that anymore. Anyway, listen, appreciate all your time, guys. Big up to everyone that has been watching. If you do want to tune in as well, I will be doing a show tomorrow around lunchtime. So jump on for that one and we will catch up and we'll go into some of the more, some of the latest stuff around the club. But really enjoyed the show, guys. Conference League champion Delap pending. We'll see that coming out very, very soon. And enjoy the rest of your evening. All the best, guys.